In this lecture number 11, TYBSc Electronics paper EL5503 digital instrument, we are discussing here digital tachometer as well as digital phase meter. Or we can say this is also discussed in remaining portion in lecture number 12. We are discussing two main block diagrams, block diagram of single and multiple period of the measurement and the block diagram of for the ratio and multiple ratio measurement. Thank you. So TYBSc Electronics EL5503 Unit 2 Digital Instruments. Now we discuss about the block diagram of a single and multiple period measurement. This is lecture 11. Lecture 11. For discussing about the single and multiple period measurement, we just repeat the last lecture. In last lecture, we discussed about the basic block diagram of the time measurement. This is our basic block diagram of time measurement. So here we discuss about the accuracy of the period of the measurement and hence of the frequency can be greatly increased by using the multiple period average mode of operation. In this mode, the main gate is enabled for more than one period of unknown signal, and this is obtained by passing the unknown signal through one or more decade divider assembly. So this is our crystal oscillator. This is our which generates the sine wave with the help of Schmitt trigger. It convert into the train of pulses, and this is our decade divider, that means DDA. DDA. This. Here we shows more digital of information, hence increasing the accuracy. However, the decimal point location and measurement units are usually changed each time, and additional decade divider is added so that the display is always in terms of the period of one cycle of the input signal, even though the measurement may have lasted for the 10, 100 or more cycle. That we are to study in the last lecture. Now, we just see the block diagram of a single and multiple period measurement. So this is our block diagram. This is our block diagram. Right. Here, this is our input signal given to the amplifier, frequency trigger circuit, counter signal, and this is our main gate. This is our display. This is our display. Again, we know that this is our time-based selector, crystal oscillator, Schmitt trigger. Crystal oscillator output is sine wave. With the help of Schmitt trigger, it is converted into the form of train of the pulses, and this is our decade divider assembly, divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10, like this. If we select this, we are connected here. If we selected this, this is connected here. If we selected this, this is connected here. The frequency is 1 megahertz divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10, that we are discussing in last lecture number 10. Now in this lecture 11, we see this is our same time-based selector circuit, or with the time-based selector circuit. This is our input signal, amplifier, frequency toggle, period trigger, gate control flip-flop. This is our gate control flip-flop, and this is our multiple period trigger. Right? So multiple period trigger, it triggers when the output of this decade divider assembly, it is given here. This is our multiple period signal. It is given to the gate control flip-flop. If it is 0, the main gate is switched off. If it is on, both are 1, then and then main gate signal is on, and we display the counter. Here we can see the digital amount or digital number. Now we discuss about this. Right? Here from the figure, the multiple average mode of operation. In this circuit, 5 more decade dividing assemblies are added. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 more decade divider assemblies are added. So that the gate is now unable for a much longer interval of time than it was with a single DDA. If we are using single DDA and if we are using more DDA 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 more number of assemblies, then it is unable for a much longer interval of time than it was with a single DDA. And we can say the circuit works the same way as we are discussing last lectures, and both are 1. We are getting the display the unit, right, according to the gated signals to the counter and the frequency triggering circuit. Next one is the ratio and multiple ratio measurement. So for this ratio and multiple ratio measurement, the block diagram is like this. This is our block diagram for the ratio and multiple ratio measurement. What happened here? This is our first frequency F1. This is our second frequency F2, high frequency, low frequency. LF means low frequency, HF means high frequency. This is for the time base. Same way, same thing, attenuator. Here again attenuator and preamplifier, attenuator and preamplifier. Frequency triggering to trigger the gate, main gate. This is our main gate. One terminal it is from the here, the second terminal coming from the gate control flip-flop. The second terminal it is connected from the gate control flip-flop, which is triggered through the multiple period of trigger. Multiple period of trigger. That means if we are selecting only one, then it is single decade assembly 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then multiple period of signal. We can say same thing that we are discussing in the lecture number 9 and lecture number 10. Right? So this is our multiple ratio measurement. Whatever the number of decade we get, we are connecting here. Right? Two-way system. This is from the time base external and this is through the internal. Direct compensation for the ratio measurement. This is our multiple ratio measurement 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is our direct compensation for the ratio measurement. Now what happened here? The ratio measurement involves the measurement of the ratio of two frequency. Ratio of two frequency, that means F1 and F2. This ratio we can measure here. The measurement in effect is a period measurement. A low frequency is used as a gating signal. The low frequency is used as a gating signal, while the high frequency is the counted signal. While the high frequency is the counted signal through the different control gate or frequency trigger, or this output of this attenuator given to the period trigger. Through this triggers the gate control, and again here the multiple ratio measurement through the gate control is also trigger. One of the output of this is the multiple period signal, which is connected to the multiple period trigger. This triggers the flip-flop, and when both the signals are at position high level, then and then we are getting output both any one of these is low level, then the gate is not in working condition. Hence, the low frequency takes the place of the time base. I repeat, the measurement in effect is a period measurement. A low frequency is used as a gating signal, while the high frequency is the counted signal. Hence, the low frequency takes the place of the time base. From the block diagram, for the ratio measurement, we are display counter. The number of cycles of high frequency signal F1 which occur during the period of lower frequency signal F2 are counted. I repeat, the number of cycles of high frequency signal F1 which occur during the period of lower frequency signal F2 are counted. That means for lower frequency F1 is counted, for higher frequency F1 is counted, and lower frequency F2 is counted. I repeat, the number of cycles of high frequency signal F1 which occur during the period of lower frequency signal F2 are counted and displayed by the decimal counter and display unit. It is displayed by the decimal counter, or we can say this is our display unit. In multiple ratio measurements, the period of low frequency signal is extended by a factor of 10, 100, etc. I repeat, in multiple ratio measurement, the period of low frequency signal is extended by a factor 10, 100, 1000, like this. Right? This is by using the DDA. What is DDA? I repeat, what is DDA? Decade divider assembly. Decade divider assembly. In multiple ratio measurement, the period of low frequency signal is extended by a factor of 10, 100, 1000, etc. by using DDA. By using DDA means this 1, 2, 3, 4, or it is connected in cascade 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 number of this connected in cascade, which is known as decade divider assembly. That's all. Now we are discussing about the digital capacitance meter. Digital capacitance meter. Again, we are using here 555 IC, 100 kilohertz clock, gate, counter, and this is nothing but this is our digital display. This is our digital display. The unknown capacitor, that means this is our unknown capacitor through which, with the help of this circuit, we can measure the value of the capacitance. Now we know that the capacitance is linearly proportional to the time constant. When a capacitor is charged by a constant current source and discharged through a fixed resistance, we can use the 555 timer IC. See, IC 555, it is also known as timer IC. The capacitance, we know that capacitance is linearly proportional to the time constant, capital T, when a capacitor is charged by a constant current source and discharged through a resistance. We can use 555 timer IC along with some digital test equipment to measure the capacitance. This is the structure. One way is to measure the time period of the oscillations. by choosing the right size of the charging resistance. We can get a reading directly in the microfarad or nanofarad. Unlike many capacitance measuring schemes, this is the very easy handle electrolyte up to the tens of thousands of microfarad. A better way is to measure only the capacitor discharge time as shown in the figure with this method. Any leakage in the capacitor under test will make the capacitor appear smaller in the value than it actually is and is an effective indicator of how the test capacitor will behave in most timing and bypass circuit. Now in this circuit, the 555 timer IC is used as the A-stable multivibrator. It is used as a A-stable multivibrator. At the peak of the charging curve, a digital counter is reset and a clock of 100 kHz pulses is turned on and routed to the counter. When the discharge portion of the cycle is completed, the display is updated and the value of capacitor is read out. Here we can see the value of capacitor is read out. By selecting the proper reference frequency and charging current, one can obtain a direct digital display of the value of the capacitance. Be sure to properly shielded the leads and keep them short for low capacity measurements, since the 50 Hz hum can cause some slightly instability. That's all.